Hunter, what was your reaction whenever you saw the field there in Oxford?
Yeah, obviously we were super excited. You never really know unless you win the conference tournament. Where or how what the committee is going to do. So obviously excitement. We know it's going to be a tough road. Obviously, some good teams in there, but we feel good about what we're going into. So.
You guys didn't get to play Ole Miss during the midseason for whatever reason. Does it just kind of feel right with the world in a sense that you guys are going to play them in the postseason in a way?
Yeah, we wish we would have been able to play them during the regular season. It's kind of ironic too. We got Florida State in there, who we originally had scheduled for a weekend series earlier this year in the non-conference part. So we're really excited. There's a lot of tradition in that region, a lot of storied programs in there. So we're glad to be part of it.
How have you seen the guys kind of handle things ever since Saturday? How have you seen them kind of bounce back and just kind of how they walk into the facility?
Yeah, obviously everyone's hurt. We're tore up about it. It's tough, man. Obviously we've seen all kinds of things on Twitter. Heard all kinds of stuff. We know what's going on. Obviously we didn't want to lose that way. But it is what it is. We've got to move forward, and we've got to do it really quick and really pull together tight. If we're going to have a chance to make a deep run in the postseason. So, but I liked how the guys, their morale today seemed a lot better, and I think we've done a good job of that this season after a tough loss of bouncing back and being ready to play whenever's next.
Hunter, when you get to the season, it seems like teams is whatever team is just gets on a roll, man. It doesn't matter who they play; they just get on a roll. What do you guys now? You're senior. What do you guys have to do to do that right now to be one of those teams that just get on that roll and start winning everything?
Honestly, I think we're playing our best ball. Right now, even we dropped a 2-game Saturday. I felt like we really were competing hard. I thought our bats were really good this weekend. Our bullpen hasn't been as sharp, which we're going to need it to be going forward. But honestly, I feel like we're in a good spot. I kind of feel like we were where we were in 2019. We really got on a roll there in the postseason. So I feel good about where we're trending.
Hunter, the 4-game conference series, that experience and going through that, do you think that in a way will help prepare y'all for a situation like this?
No doubt. You go through the whole season and you experience the 4-game weekends and kind of how you piece together everything as far as pitching and the lineup and everything. I think that really will help us going forward in the postseason, even more so than other teams who were playing 3-game series. So I think there's definitely some an advantage to doing that in the regular season.
Do you expect to be the starter on Friday?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what we're going to do. So.
Anything else?
Just what did what have you kind of heard the guys say? I know they just announced it, but what was the chatter in the room whenever that they announced it?
Yeah, everyone's excited. We're not scared. We don't care who we're playing. Ole Miss, Mississippi State, Florida State, LSU, whoever it is. When we're playing good ball, we can beat anyone. We know that. So everyone's excited. We're hungry to go play, and we're just glad we can continue our season. So we're looking to go win that thing.
Hunter, can you talk briefly about Florida State in particular? I don't know how much you've watched of them this year or what you know about that team?
Yeah, we don't know much right now. Obviously, they're a quality program. They've been, a historic program in the past. I think they're one of the only teams that it's like 19 years in a row they've had 41 seasons or some crazy stat like that. So we know they're good. That they have the ACC Pitcher of the Year. I saw that with Parker Missick. So I'm sure that's who will be throwing against us on Friday. And I know they have I think it was the ACC Player of the Year too with Matthew Nelson. Me and Coach Oz talked a little bit about briefly after we found out. He thinks they strike out a good bit, but they also have some good power numbers as well. So, I think it's a good matchup for us.
Chris, what was kind of the reaction out of the guys getting to go to Ole Miss?
Yes, sir. It's very exciting. We knew we had a really good chance to go play somewhere. I know he was in the hosting, but didn't work out as planned this weekend. But it was very exciting to know that go play at Ole Miss is going to be electric there. I know that for sure.
Does it feel like you guys have recovered yet from those, from Saturday? I mean, does it feel like you guys are starting to move past it?
Yes, for sure. I really think that just one of them things you got to look past because, we made a regional. That's the biggest thing, really, just to move on. I think everyone today was kind of more exciting rather than the bus ride home for sure. But I think everyone's moved past it, knowing that we're making a regional and we still have a chance to go to Omaha.
Chris, this conference tournament, man, it seemed like you were seeing the ball real well. What has changed a little bit before you going into that tournament? What worked for you that weekend?
Oh, yes, sir. Throughout the weeks, I've just been kind of looking back at how my stance and everything, and I just spread it out this week, and it helps me see the ball better, be able to get down low, a little bit lower than normal. And Coach Krill worked hard with me in batting practice, seeing the pitches, and because early in the season I've been swinging at bad pitches, but this weekend I felt like that taking them pitches and making them throw to me was the biggest thing by being able to go out and attack the ball.
Also, right quick, how much throughout the season have you worked on your defense? Because noticeably here in the past 3 to 4 weeks, ability to dig out balls, things like that. How much did you work? How much work went into that this season during the season?
Every day, man. Every day went out there at practice. Coach Krill would hit me some short hops and long hops, and just every day pretty much going out and trying to get better because it's a big thing to be able to save us runs when we need it and digging up balls and stuff throughout the game.
Chris,
go ahead.
Well, I was going to ask Chris, what do you think you can learn from the weekend, the conference tournament? Obviously, you guys don't want to dwell on that, but just the high pressure situations you were put in, and really any scenario in a baseball game, it was thrown at you. What can you take away from the weekend?
Yeah, for sure. What we can take away is just we can't ever give up, man. It don't matter if we're up 8-0, 10-0. Like you just got to keep the foot on the gas pedal, man. Got to go out and finish games. Got to finish. Got to throw strikes. Got to play defense and keep going. Just don't never give up in the game because you never know. You never know when it's gonna be 8-8. You never know.
Does it feel like the Conference USA schedule and the tournament, and you look Old Dominion's in 1 seed, Louisiana Tech is hosting? How much do you think these Conference USA teams are going to show out?
We didn't get to play Old Dominion, but just watching them play, man, they let things swing it really well. La Tech, of course, they can swing it very well. I think everyone's going to put up a very good show. I think just to support and show that USA is just a very good conference. And I think all of us will come out and play. I really do.
Chris, did you feel like y'all were playing to host Saturday night?
Yes, sir, I really did. I felt that we came out first game, put it on them. They came back. They kind of, once they won it, they took the momentum. We came back and put it to them a little. Still stayed a close game, and then I feel like we played our hearts out, man. They just came out on top. It didn't go our way.
Chris, can you just speak to the strength of the regional you're headed to with Ole Miss and FSU and Southeast Missouri? Just what, obviously, you know about those teams and how strong you think, how tough you think it's going to be up there.
Yeah, I don't really know much about like Florida State and them, but I know Florida State's always been a great team. They've been a strong team every year. Ole Miss, going in Ole Miss, they have a good atmosphere. It's going to be tough going in at their place and playing at their home crowd. But I think if we come out and play hard and just do everything we need to do, it's going to be really close games throughout the whole tournament for sure.
Coach, you guys had Florida State on the schedule earlier before things, changed. Obviously, did you get a chance to scout them early on, you guys, and maybe your thoughts on them coming into this game?
Well, obviously, no, we did not have a chance to scout. But it was that became that adjustment was way before the time that you really do any kind of scouting. In all honesty, so I don't know anything about them other than certainly a lot of tradition at Florida State. Have been just to an enormous amount of regionals and postseason play for a long, long time. So, quality ball club along with the other three in this regional.
Coach, how tough does that regional look at first glance?
Well, I think, pretty tough. I would say it's probably one of the tougher ones that the NCAA put together. So, it looks like that there's any of those clubs that are in there that could come out of there. Of course, Ole Miss, we didn't play them this year. This is the first time we haven't played in a long time. So usually we would have a good feel about one another before we played. But just like most things that have happened this year with COVID, things are different. So we haven't played them.
Scott, in
how would you?
regionals up there, y'all haven't had a lot of success. Talk about the atmosphere at Oxford and what you expect.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's a great baseball atmosphere, tough place for people to go in and play, and I choose to kind of look at everything that's happened in the past is in the past, and everything that's in front of us now is a new start. So that's what we'll do. We won't draw on the past of what we've done there or anywhere else. So, looking forward to going up there and playing in front of a great baseball crowd and great baseball atmosphere.
Coach, how have you really kind of addressed the team since Saturday, and what's got to be the mantra for y'all going forward?
Well, just to move on. I mean, good, bad, or indifferent. What happened in that tournament, is not a reflection of this team and how we've played and how we've matured over the course of this year. I choose to look at the things this team has accomplished and not what they haven't accomplished. And this team has come a long ways. When we finished the Friday night game at Jacksonville State, we were 4-5, and since that time we're 33-14. So we've grown up a lot in all areas. Pitching has stayed, fairly consistent down the stretch, particularly starting pitching. Our offense has continually has improved over the course of the year. So, I think our team is playing good baseball, and a team that has really grown up over the course of this year.
Scott, do you expect?
Go ahead. We got time. I'm not going anywhere.
Okay. Well, Coach, do you expect to go with Stanley on Friday?
I haven't decided yet, but I would think yes. I mean, we've stayed that way pretty much all year long, so I don't see us changing. Of course, I hadn't talked to Oz yet, but we'll address that later.
Scott, did you kind of expect that if you guys didn't host, y'all would have ended up going to one of the two other Mississippi hosts? And do you think that's fair, or do you like staying near home, or do you kind of wish the committee would be more open?
Well, honestly, that's out of my control. I really didn't have a preference of going anywhere. I was, obviously the goal was for us to host, but that didn't happen. And the ability to be one of 64 teams moving in to another chapter of a season is what we were hoping for. You know, there's no guarantee that your name's going to get called. And I've been there. 2015, which I thought we should have been in there. You know, we were one of the last 5 out. They projected. And, you know, I told our team before the selection show that, you know, unless you're an automatic bid, you've won that tournament. There's no guarantees that what goes on here. I've felt it. I've been there. But I'm really proud of this team to continue to keep our consecutive appearance and streak with the streak of 5 now consecutive regionals. There at one time we'd been to 9 straight. So nobody wants to have that on their watch. I said no senior that leaves this program wants that on their watch to leave here not going to a regional. That's very important and should be, because the expectations in this program are to meet that goal. Because once you're one of those 64, anything can happen. We saw that 2009 with a great run that we had to Omaha, the only run that we've had. We probably weren't expected to do that. So, you know, when you're one of those 64, you know, you have that chance. I do want to point out that the general public do not understand how hard it is to be one of those 64, particularly when in this certain regional, there were 30 automatic bids and there were 34 at-large bids, which is not what has been in previous years. There's usually 31 automatics and 33 at-large, but because Ivy League didn't play, then that opened up an extra at-large bid. And note that of the remaining bids, at-large bids left after the Power 5 got all theirs, which was 25, that left 9 for the rest of the programs around the country. So it's not easy to get in this regional, contrary to what people think. If you look around the country and the programs that got left out that are consistently in it, as a coach that works in this environment every day, you certainly know that you're appreciative of the work that our team has done and where we've come to be able to get in this regional.
Coach
Seems
Barry, you always said kind of regionals matchups and how a team is playing. Can you talk a little bit about that? I mean, it just seems like there's always a team that gets hot right when the regional starts and they make their way through. What is it about Southern Miss that you believe could be that team that just is one of those that really gets hot and makes a run? What do you have that maybe you didn't have in the past this season?
Well, I mean, I think first of all, I think we've got really good starting pitching that we've been able to ride their backs all year, even early in the year when we weren't hitting much and offense was struggling to put up runs. You know, our pitching is what kept us in games to allow us to just get enough over the course of 9 innings to win a ball game. So, but what I really like is offensively, we're swinging the bats much better. You know, even though, you know, we went 2-2 in that conference tournament, we were very, very competitive. You know, you talk about a team that gets hot. I mean, La Tech was that team in that tournament. Obviously, playing at home, the home field advantage became a part of it, I feel like. But if you look at how both teams on that Saturday really competed and it went back and forth, and one team, you know, our team could have given in after the momentum swung against us. You know, we took the momentum back. It just so happened that, you know, the seeding of that tournament put them as the home team and gave them the last at bat. And we didn't do enough to stop that. But I like the way our team competed and they never quit. I think that's what you'll see out of this Southern Miss team as we move into a regional.
Scott, as you said, your hitting has improved throughout the season. Apparently, Florida State has a terrific left-hander, the ACC Conference of the Year. Do you think y'all have improved against left-handers during the course of the season?
You know, time will tell on that. I think so. We have. Honestly, Rick, I don't know if it's enough to go out and just say, hey, a left-hander doesn't bother us. I mean, we're predominantly a left-handed hitting bat lineup, so we're going to have to really get in there and compete and learn from prior at-bats against lefties over the course. You know, the one thing is that, you know, we've never seen this guy and this guy's never seen us. So, you know, the slate's pretty even as we go into that game on Friday. So, you know, certainly it'll be a challenge. I don't know anything about Florida State, so you know, just finding out who the opponent was an hour ago. So, you know, hopefully we'll get in there and compete like we need to win a baseball game.
Coach, has Slade Wilkes showed y'all a little something here lately? You know, could you see him maybe getting a little bit more time this week?
Time will tell. I don't know.
Coach, can you just speak to the strength of baseball in the state of Mississippi this year between you and State and Ole Miss, and even Jackson State had a great year? Just what, I mean, we all, you know, the baseball in this state's always been good, but this year in particular, it seems like it's just strong across the board.
Yeah, well, don't leave out Delta State, who's also in postseason. Don't leave out William Carey. I think, you know, let's look at all the levels and then let's get a true read of how good the baseball is in this state. And it's really, really good. You know, we've talked about it for a number of years that if you take the big three schools in any state, Division I, and you total up the total attendance for those schools, you know, what state produces the most total attendance? And it's Mississippi. I mean, State, Ole Miss, and ourselves. I mean, if you total those up, there's no state that even comes close to what the total attendance is that we draw. So that right there, you know, sets the tone for college baseball. And, you know, and it does every year. And it starts from the little leagues and works its all the way up through the JUCOs to the Division threes, the twos, the ones, the NAI. So very fortunate to be in a state that baseball is a priority in people's lives.
Coach, from a health perspective, is everybody that's been available on deck for this tournament?
Yeah, I think so. I think we're in good shape. We got a few little bangs and bruises from the conference tournament, but time, you know, will be on our side to get those mended. Anything else? I do want to say that, you know, as everybody talks about baseball today and selection show Monday that all college baseball enthusiasts live for, you know, don't forget that today is Memorial Day, and it's to honor those that men and women that have served in our military services and have passed away. So that's the true meaning of this day. Everything else is secondary. So I think that's really, really important. The sacrifices that we don't forget those who sacrificed for what we love to do, and their families that lost those that did sacrifice. So you guys have a good Memorial Day.